It's me, Dr. KSD, and I'm here today to share with you the top 10 things I think we all need to implement so that we can soar in 2024. Number 8, do not let other people's fear play a role in your pursuit of more, of success, of prosperity. People like to put their fears on you. I remember when I moved to where we are right now. My husband and I, we live on 7 acres of land. Our house is 7,000 square feet. We live comfortably. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for blessing us. But when we were moving here, when we were trying to do this, we literally had people saying, some people not gonna let y'all do that. What people? When did people become God? There is not a single person on this earth that I am afraid of, honestly. I say that with full honesty. I am not. Why? Because if God gave me a dream, I know it's mine to attain. And if he said I can have it, I know I'm going to get it. So don't let other people's fears be put on you. Trust God. And if they are fearful, let them be, but don't let it affect you. And they can be fearful for one of two reasons. You have those who are fearful because they really love you and they don't want to see you fail. And so their fear is that you will fail and that you will be hurt and bothered by it. And so they're telling you, no, don't do it, because they love you and they don't want you in a position where you fail. But then you have them other ones who, they are fearful of doing anything. They are fearful of leaving the small town, of trying to go to college or getting the trade that will make them an electrician or a mechanic. They are afraid of owning their own business. So they don't want you to do it because they're afraid of them. And how dare you try to move on up without them? They're fearful and they are stuck, so they want you to stay stuck with them. Neither one of those reasons is reason enough for you to stay stuck where you are. Do not allow other people's fears to hinder your growth. If God gave it to you and you trust him, you better keep moving forward like you know the Lord is going to be true to his word. You better keep moving forward that God is the God of all and that he can do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ask for, think, or even imagine. You better move forward like God is God and like nothing is impossible for God. Because the Bible tells us that all things are possible. All things. We just have to step in faith. We have to remain true to who we are as Christians, as people who believe. We have to remember that God is the God of all, and that if he says it, it will come to pass. Jesus turned water into wine. The children of Israel crossed the Red Sea on dry land because the Lord parted the sea. And then there was somebody who said, I read this when I was really, really young. Or actually, I'm sorry, I heard a preacher say it when I was really young, that he read somewhere, somebody said, oh, whatever, the Red Sea is not even that deep. It was nothing supposedly for the children of Israel to walk across the Red Sea because it wasn't even deep at all. So then he said, the pastor said, well, I still think it's miraculous, because if the children of Israel walked across and they might have been knee deep or even waist deep, the fact that when Pharaoh and his army tried to cross and the Lord drowned all of them in that waist deep water, hey, no matter how you look at it, it was still a miracle. God is God. Don't you dare allow other people's fear to play a role in how you move forward in taking possession of that which God has promised you.